Hello, how are all of you? Happy Tuesday. I am so glad that I'm here, I'm back, and it's kind of a surprise. I didn't really promote this Tuesday live, Tuesday training. It was my intention to do it. I just was not sure 100% if it would get done. So I actually wanted to create some pre-videos, recorded videos, but I really, for these next couple of months or what's left of this year, I really want to come in personally live. So there may be some recorded videos because I really don't want to skip any more Tuesday trainings. They're very important. We're coming to the end of the year, and I really want to conclude this year with helping all of you make and create that shift that you're looking for in your life. And so to do that, we need to be consistent. And so my whole idea this year, since the beginning, if you've been following me, and if you've been really intentional in paying attention, all of my trainings, but even all of my posts, the monthly posts, have been intentional. If you started with me from January up until now and moving forward, I actually planned it out the year that I wanted to put my program out in the posts, out in lives and reels, and to show you step by step what it takes to create that amazing life that you're looking for. And so there's, on the outside, there's these major, milestones, these major steps, but underneath those steps, there's those little micro steps. And it's those micro steps that creates that one step, that one big block that you leave and start creating a step forward in a gigantic way. So that was my intention this year when I was organizing my business for the year, is was to give all of you the value from what I have learned, and so you can apply it in your life. And there is work to it, so I want to really talk about today these thoughts. I talked a little bit about boundaries and limits, and I wanted to just kind of review on those thoughts. We've talked about that quite a few times this year, but nonetheless, it's really what drives us to, not drives us as in, our purpose. We have other drivers, other motivators. It's what controls what happens in our world. So let me break this down for you. I actually left a mantra. It's in my profile of what thoughts, the steps of what thoughts can actually do in your life. It's just what it is. And I had to learn it the hard way because I didn't want to believe. I didn't want to believe something so simple could actually be the solution to what has been happening in my life. And the thing is, it's not about thoughts of others. It's my thoughts. And so when we have to face ourselves and there's no place to run, we don't want to hear that. It's like, but no, I'm here because of that person and so, and they said and they did. But we never look and say, wow, how can we do something different? What are those thoughts that's creating my environment? So just to simply break this down, every thought that I creates a feeling. And that feeling influences my body. It influences my mind. And it reaches out to people. And so it creates my relationships with others. And going into that, it actually affects what I do to achieve. So my actions. And then it radiates into my environment. It radiates out into the world. And then we ask ourselves what's happening, the blaming, and we get stuck. We don't know what to do. We freeze, the fear, the self-doubt. And so it all comes from the thoughts that we're creating. At a certain time, I was not as conscious and intentional and aware of what I was saying to myself. We all know that there's that little voice there, but I never was intentional and actually heard it, listened, and wasn't aware. I wasn't aware. And so when I understood this, and at the beginning I wanted to blame others. Oh, it's them and that situation and what they did to me. But I had to take responsibility on myself. And I'm going to tell you why. There's a couple of things that if you learn these steps in the process of creating our emotions, healing our emotions, and creating those thoughts, your life will completely change. So one thing is that we have to take responsibility that I am the creator of my thoughts. No one is creating these thoughts but me. It's not because of COVID. It's not because of the economy. It's not because of my spouse. It's not because of, my kids or my coworkers. I am the creator of my thoughts. And we need to know that, and we need to embrace that, and we need to take responsibility in that. Number 2 is no blaming. No blaming, like what I was saying. It's not because of my partner, it's not because of my kids, and it's not because of the economy and the environment. And once we're aware of that thought that we're creating, we've got to quickly change it. Because those demon thoughts are disempowering us. We need to quickly, once we know and we are aware of those thoughts, we need to quickly change them. Because like I said before, those thoughts will create those feelings, and they will influence our body, our mind, our environment, and the relationships that we have. And so what we think is that to create this emotional harmony and balance, it's like going to the gym. I like always doing this example, but it's just really relatable. We go to the gym and we want to pick up all the weights, the heaviest ones. When actually, we need to go to the gym, set out a plan, some goals, so that we can achieve the steps slowly and start picking up some light weights. And we work out with those light weights until we've gotten strong with those. And we're ready to move on to the next weight. And it works the same with our emotions. It works the same with those thoughts that create those emotions. You have to give it the time, but you also have to work at it. Those are the micro steps. Because one day we're just going to wake up and it's just going to come so natural to us. It really is. I don't know when it happened to me. I remember in the beginning, I was still fighting between the two. I had those disempowering thoughts, those demon thoughts. I'm not good enough, and everything sucks, and my life sucks. But then on the other side, I was training myself, so like going to the gym, starting to pick up the weights, and starting to be aware. And I said, I'm going to start with the two most invading thoughts that I have all the time, and when it happens. And for me, it was right in the morning when I was by myself. And so I concentrated on that. I said, if I could change this and concentrate on getting really good at that in the morning, that my thoughts are going to be different. And that when I'm by myself, I'm going to use 2-3 power sentences. I let the rest be. And then one day, it just came natural to me. Because this is really the essence of true happiness. Because we say, when we see someone happy, it's not normal. Normal is being stressed. This word stressed, right? That's come into our vocabulary so many econ years ago, and that's become a norm. And then we start comparing to ourselves. Well, I'm more stressed because I do this, and you're less stressed because you don't do what I do. And this word stress has become like a norm in our lives. And it's really what's saying is that we're unhappy. We're unhappy souls. We're not happy in our lives, in our marriages, in our connections, in our relationships, in our health, in our wealth, in our career, and whatever that is. I'm stressed. More stressed than you. Happiness is really our nature. We are naturally happy. We've just complicated. Life is not complicated. We have complicated it in our minds with overthinking and these disempowering demon thoughts. And so when we see someone happy, well, look at that. They're not normal. And, sometimes we want to be happy. And we say, yeah, but I was happy, but because he did that or she did that, I'm not happy anymore. So I always want you to come back when there's going to be curveballs thrown at you, and life is going to challenge you. Life may challenge more others than some. Some of you might have different challenges, but nonetheless, life will challenge all of us. More or less than others, if that's what I was trying to say. But the point is, you always have a choice. Because I am the creator of my thoughts that will affect my emotions and influence my relationships and the environment that surrounds me. You do have a choice always, how you're going to react to that person, to the situation, to whatever that is. And happiness is really one, we have that internal balance. And we have that understanding that it's not others, it's not the world, it's how I create that environment within me and radiates. So we want to essentially be givers. That is what true happiness is. And so we're always searching to receive. What can I get? What can I get today out of this relationship? Or what can I get? It's really from a point of giving. How can I give more in my relationship? But then we say, hey, what do I get back in return? We need to change that concept. Because if we get into relationships, and that could be, it doesn't have to be your husband or wife or partner. I'm talking about relationships. We have a lot of different relationships. Our career relationships, our health relationships, our partner relationships, work. It's always based on these relationships and the environment. So if we're coming into it as in, I want to be happy because I want to get, that's not what happiness is about. True success is being happy. That's what success really is about. Is when you understand those three micro steps of I am the creator. There is no blaming. And when I have that thought, this empowering thought, I'm going to quickly change it. You will start creating your happiness. And stop looking for what I can get instead of what can I give in this relationship? What can I give in my workspace? What can I give in my health, in my environment? And we become a giver. So, do you think that others have the power to make you feel sad or happy? Or others have the power to make you think that you're not good enough? Or others have the power to make you feel very small in your situation? If you give them the power to let them in, because no one can hurt you but you. If you allow yourself to believe what those thoughts that you're creating. Remember, you always have a choice, because you can have a thought saying, I'm not good enough, my life sucks, I have no money, I can't do this. Those thoughts that you have, or you can change and say, I'm starting to create the best version of me. My financial situation isn't at the best, but I've created a system that's working, and it will get there. I'm working at it. I will achieve my financial freedom. My life is just a consequence of my choices. I will choose differently. My life is beautiful. So you can choose which thoughts are going to guide you. We always have a choice, because it's just us creating it, and it's up to you what you want to believe, because those thoughts become reality when you put your belief in it. So can others really have the power to make you feel or think those disempowering thoughts? They can if you allow them to, if you give them the power. But you have to say, I am the creator. I am the owner of my thoughts. I control what I do and think. So this is just, I really wanted to share this. I wanted to review what really the importance are of those thoughts. And I know a lot of you continue to search things and programs and something that's maybe not even in reach. When I decided, I said to myself, I think I've said this a lot this year, I say it very often, is that I always was looking for what was hardest to do, because I thought that would get the best results. I was thinking materialistic. You know, I want more money. I want to be richer. The money is just a tool. It's a consequence of the value that we're putting out into the world. But I found something different. I found that it wasn't about money. It was about me. It was about my thoughts, those emotions that I was creating, and that environment that I was creating. And I didn't want to believe it because it was just way, I'm like, no, there's got to be a super blueprint or whatever that is, a super coder's secret. And I have studied with the best mentors and coaches for the last 5 years. And I'm telling you, everyone that you're seeing out there that's shining has worked on themselves and continue to work on these steps. And I really wanted to give it to you today. So for me, there's about 150 of you here in the group today. And if just one of you decide to step into this and say, hey, I've done this up until now, why not do this for the next 4 or 5 months? What would happen? And that's what I decided to let myself do. To do something different, to get something different. And I guarantee you, and this I can guarantee, that if you are striving for a different, meaningful life, whatever that is that you're trying to change in your life, that's more money, more love, more relationships. And you want to calm the pain that's you're creating with that. It's within you. And if you're thinking to approach to create a different, meaningful life from the same tools and strategies that you have, from the same being of who you are, you're not going to get the same results. Your mind's looking for it, but the reality is you're going to get what you've always gotten. I guarantee you can get the results that you're looking for, but you've got to challenge yourself to change. You've got to challenge yourself to do something different, to get something different. So the question is, who do I need to become? Not how much money I need. It's who do I need to become? And so this training was a little bit longer, but as you guys know, those of you that have followed me, have been in this group for more than a year, know how much for me thoughts have changed the whole direction of my life. It's like the point setter of basketball. Controls the game. Controls the game. So how do I declutter myself? I've been posting that in my stories. And I declutter my mind and my body with, one, I meditate. Meditation used to be a choice. Okay, well, I like it, I don't. It's not a choice anymore. It's not. It needs to be a part of your life because it reconnects with you. And you can filter out what exactly, tune in to what exactly is going on within you. And then right away, I journal out my thoughts. And then I go for a quick run walk. I warm up with a really good hard walk and then a run in the cold. So if it's in the summertime, I get really early, so it's a bit fresh in my area anyways. With the mountains, it's always a bit fresh in the morning. And make sure I have that freshness. That first air in the morning that's not polluted by cars and tractors and whatever, and get that fresh air. Because it cleanses me out. I find, it's like when we're sick. We go to the doctor, we want to find where we're not well. So we find, whatever that is, and we cure it. So that's what I do with the meditation. I've got to find that disempowering thought. What's happening in me? Because the emotion that I feel is created by that thought. So I need to find that. And this is what I do to declutter. cleanse out every day. And it helps me be productive, control my emotions, and to be ready to affront those curveballs that happen every day. We know that. We know that as especially moms or just women, we have so much on our plate. We have so much on our plate. And actually, just on Instagram, if you're not on my Instagram, come and follow me and see me. I opened up also a LinkedIn account, so I'm there. And in Instagram, only in Instagram, I posted last night a video. I could not sleep. It was 1 o'clock because I had a full day. And I think a lot of us go through that, especially women. And so we're up at 1, 2 in the morning. We don't know why. Maybe we start taking out on our spouses or exes or whatever, the kids, the dogs, whatever we have, and our life sucks. When really our emotional being went in overload. And we had changed a lot of positions that day, as we do as women, right? A lot of overthinking. And so my mind was overrunning, and it just could not shut and wind down. And so I posted this video, and you guys can go and see it, what I do to calm down, because sleep is so important. But sometimes myself, I get stuck. But I have to be aware. I just can't let it go. So I find something to do. We have to distract those disempowering thoughts that are trying to bring us back to that negativity. We have to quickly change it. If I would have stayed last night thinking that it's just going to go away, it's just going to calm down, it doesn't. I had to distract my mind into something else. And that's not social media, and it's not the TV, and it's not, these things. It has to be something calming. So I went back to my meditation. I put myself in a really comfortable position. I warmed myself up with a really good blanket. And I just said, I want to share this moment. Because I know there's a lot of women out there that are stuck and that don't sleep at night. And they think it's just the way it should be. And they're tired of not sleeping. And it affects your day. It really does. And so I want to share with you what I do. We have to find a way to calm down, just not let it be. So go see in that video. It is absolutely, I thought it was really giving for all of you. And so I am going to let you guys all go. But before I let you guys all go, one, please go and see that video. It could really help you if you're really suffering from overthinking and no sleeping. It's for sure from a full day. Okay? So we can do those things. And to maybe watch this training again so that you can write out those steps that you need to take, those micro steps, embed them in your life, and to remember and take responsibility that you are the creator. You always have a choice. And I want to finish this amazing Tuesday training with that I'm so proud of all of you showing up and in this group and communicating. And I would love to see more maybe questions if you have any. I would love to answer your questions, even if it's in the replay. I'm always out and about here in the group afterwards. I would love for you to come in and share what you felt about this, or your thoughts about this, or your struggles. Maybe you've noticed you have some disempowering thoughts. You just don't know how to change them. And I can give you some examples, because sometimes that's where we get stuck, is in the asking. Asking has been so powerful for me. I thought it was something very embarrassing in the beginning, like, well, a grown woman should know what to do. And we never really know all what to do, even till 120 years old. I've learned quickly to ask. It will move you ahead 10x in whatever you're looking for. And so if you're stuck with that, you don't know how to do that, please reach out. I have so many examples, and we can start from the ones that are really just taking over your life. And slowly, like the gym, pick up those weights and start working out on those weights. And we can create something, a plan, so that you can get to those other goals. Don't leave it unattended. We're at the end of the year. I started my journey on the 27th of September, and everything can change in a blink of an eye. But it's up to you. It's up to you. So on Sunday, I shared with you my coaching program, Rise to Brilliance, so that you can shine, because I all believe we can rise to brilliance. I'm rising to my brilliance, and I am shining as much as possible, giving as much as possible. I want to be a giver. But I need your help as well. So, one, if this is a calling for you, don't hesitate. Take advantage of this opportunity. It will change your life. Number two, if you know of someone that would help them, and you know they're really stuck in their problems, share the link, share the post. Let them, share the link to the group. Let's help these women. If you know friends or family, I want to reach as many people as possible, but I need your help to share this message. This program I created is tailor-made for you, and that's what's the beauty of it. As we're moving forward in this fast-paced world, being connected is going to be something that we've only maybe in the future going to be talking about. Very rare. I'm still here for all of you on a one-on-one basis. I will be creating a group program next year. Talked about that. But I really, really still want to work with all of you on a one-on-one basis and be available. Not be in front of my, my other coaches or my helpers in the program, but really work with me, and that's something very special. Working one-on-one with a person that's been through your experience and got over all the hurdles, crossed the bridge, and is shining. It's time to rise to your brilliance. We're at the end of October. Everything can change in the blink of an eye. But it's up to you. So have a happy Tuesday. And I can't wait for all of you to put in your questions and reach out. Share this message.